Now, from our previous video, what we know is that any kind of physical quantities we can classify under a vector quantity or scalar quantity. Now, these quantities can be further represented in the form of symbol or variables. Now, if I go with these scalar quantities, all these scalar quantities I can represent in the form of symbol. For instance, let's say distance. Distance, let me represent with d. The symbol, it depends, in different book the representation of symbol is going to be different. For me, I will represent this distance with d. Likewise, let's say mass, let me represent with small m. Time, let me represent with t. So this is how I represent this scalar quantity. And likewise, let me represent this vector force as F. Now, one additional thing that we need to remember under vector is we cannot simply just write the variable. In addition to this variable, one thing that we need to add is we need to add an arrow on top of the variable. In some book you'll find an arrow, or in some book you'll just find f dash. This would indicate that it is a vector quantity. Likewise, velocity, let me represent with v. Since it is vector, I need to represent with an arrow, or I may simply represent with f bar. Likewise, displacement, I may represent with s bar, or like this. So this is how you represent the vector quantity in this is how you represent vector quantity under vector. Now let me get back to the scalar quantity. Now all these are variables. Now on this variable, what I can do is we can perform operation. Let's say d plus m. So I'm performing operation on this d and m, which is scalar quantity, and this will come under algebra. This will come under algebra. Now what is algebra? Algebra is a branch of mathematics that deals with symbol and operation on those symbol. So this will come under algebra. Now if I take the vector variable and perform operation on this vector variable, right? If I perform operation on this vector variable, this will come under what is called as vector algebra. So this is the difference between algebra and vector algebra. I hope by looking at this form and this form, you're able to differentiate what is now a vector algebra. So throughout this unit, we're going to focus more on this vector algebra than this algebra. This algebra you have already learned. So we're going to focus on this vector algebra.